Hello there. Yeah, this is the second channel I've got here, Gray Cloud's Thoughts. Yes, we're a small channel here. But if you don't know, I do have a main channel. It's called Gray Cloudy Day. Yeah. You can go check it out. If I did some editing, then I probably had Gray Cloudy Day pop up on the screen somewhere here. Maybe. Anyway, the point being is, don't really know where I'm going with this, other than that I've had a few things kind of toying around with about a Gray Cloud Talk video. You know, like what are some of my thoughts on some things. Overall, I think things are moving in a good direction, but I think we need to not be deceived either. I think there's an underlying thing going on. What I'm talking about here is, you know, after the election, things seem to be moving in a better direction, but don't let the wool be pulled over your eyes, is what I'm saying. I do like what the Doge thing is doing, but that does not mean that I am not aware that Elon has ulterior motives also. Think about it. Come on, guys. You know. And, you know, I'm on the fence about moving into a era where humans may be interchangeable with some components, you know, like mechanical components, computer components or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, in one way, it seems like it could be beneficial, especially when you start talking about people that might be paralyzed, or like for me, I have a bad back issue, something going on all the time. If there was something to happen where I was, you know, immobile, and they were like, well, we can put this thing in there and then it's going to help, you know, stimulate your, you know, you're going to learn, you're going to be able to walk again or whatever. I can't say that I wouldn't sign up and try it, but I do know that it is leading to a, well, I believe it's leading to more of a slave race. If they can put some kind of something in you where they can keep track of you, they already keep track of all of us with our phones and everything else. I mean, I don't know if you ever saw that Ed Snowden, where he talked about even if you take your battery out, like if you have a phone where you could take a battery out, even if you took your battery out, they still could track you, which is kind of, you know, I've never really thought much about it, except a few years ago, I got a little paranoid. I was, you know, I was a little out there, but I got paranoid, and I remember sometimes I'd take a walk, and I'd take my phone, and I'd take the battery out, and then I'd put the battery somewhere, and then I'd put the phone up underneath a rock somewhere, because that's how, you know. But the truth is, whether I have a phone or not, if they're wanting to find you, they'll find you usually. You're going to have to hide real deep in some woods and somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and have no contact with anybody, probably, to be completely, pretty much unseen. But anyway, that's that on that. I'm just saying, y'all, we have to be aware that there are things on the back burner that we're not seeing, that too many people are focusing on all this stuff that they think is good, which a lot of good things are happening. But that's also keeping some of our eyeballs off of the other things that they're working on behind the scenes that we should be focusing on. You know, and there's not a lot you can do about it. I've said this before. For me, the best thing I can do is stay in the day that I'm in, stay in the moment I'm in, and trust in my Creator. But, you know, and before I go also, I just was touching base on that. Doesn't mean that I'm I'm no expert on any of this. Just giving you my 2 cents worth. That there are good things going on, but there's also some things we need to be aware of, and we should not just assume it's all hunky-dory. Because they're still pushing towards 2030, guys. Yeah. By 2030, we're gonna see some 15-minute cities in the U.S., and we're gonna see some splits in the U.S. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see some sections off where certain areas of the country are just usually one way, and then a certain area is just gonna, and people are gonna be. Anyway, what else was I was gonna try to tell you? There was something on my brain here. Well, it's raining here today, if y'all are interested. I'm just trying to do a video, just touching base, and that was something current that I've been thinking about. Somebody had emailed me, and they were talking about that, which I already knew about it. I knew that at the end of the day, you got to remember, Elon's a rich man, Trump's a rich man, and for the most part, rich people are going to do what benefits rich people more than anything. That's just the truth. Not that there aren't good rich people that do help people. And I'm not saying that they haven't helped some people. It's just, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about putting more money in their pockets and making themselves, bigger in their own head and in the public's eyes. Popularity contest. But, that being said, I am much happier about some things, but I don't think anybody knows, that nobody has woke up to the fact that we've all been sold off, that the government's always seen us as property. That's why you get a Social Security number. It's like a dang barcode. You don't have, and technically you don't have to have a Social Security number. Look it up. You don't have to. Wasn't never supposed to last as long as it did. But not having one makes it a little harder to move and function in the society that we live in. That's the only thing. They make up stupid rules that aren't actual laws. But then, everybody gets in their head that it is an actual law, and you have to have one, and you have to do this, and you can't get a job without this and all that. Whatever. But, yeah, I have a Social Security card. Yeah, I draw a disability check. Sucks. I don't have a card anymore, but I do have a number. Maybe one day I will accomplish the goal of being a ghost, like a Dexter told me. No, not Dexter from the TV series, but Dexter, a mentor of mine. One day he said that I might need to become a ghost. We'll elaborate on that later. I'll just brief. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up. Like a ghost, where you're still a human living being, but you're not a ghost in spirit. You're a ghost in the system. If they were to fingerprint you or any of that, they wouldn't find you. They wouldn't find a trace of you. You could give them a name, whatever name you go by, but they're still not going to find it. They're going to be like, you don't exist. Anyway, I don't know how you go about doing that, but I know it can be done. Anyway, I've said anyway 3 different times now. Y'all have a good one. Over and out, ditto.